Welcome back to another reading and correcting with me, Kindar, the Tiger Knights, and Ty, the Tiger Supervisor. These are where I read a chapter from one of my stories and correct it as I go. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. And if you are looking to support me, that is on my Patreon. Today, we are doing chapter 5 of Demons. The street is empty as I leave at quarters. It's my first time leaving through the main entrance, on foot and unarmed, once the sun has gone down. I peer between the buildings as I walk, checking for movement, and I smell the breeze, looking for the scent of a demon. I do it because I feel watched again. The sensation vanishes 2 blocks away from the golden paint. I look around again, trying to understand why I am feeling this. Because of this, I arrive a few minutes late. I hadn't planned on it, although Jason says it is a good idea to have her wait on me a little. I don't know why I'd want to do that to her. I'd want her to do that. I wear the blue jeans Jason bought for the occasion, though they are a little tight at the hips. He insisted I wear them so I could advertise. I have no idea what I am advertising. With them, he had me wear a white shirt and black leather jacket. The golden paint is one room with a bar at the back, tables set randomly on the floor, and booths along the two walls. The two walls? Along two walls. I don't know why. There's 4 walls, so. Along 2 walls. The air smells of alcohol, salt, and humans. No trace of demonic scent. Looking the room over, my gaze stops at the television over the bar at each end. One shows what must be an entertainment show. I don't really like that I've got shows and show, although in this context they are different. One shows what must be an entertainment show by the bright light and quick camera movement. The other is on the news, and the text under the announcer reads, District of Anunga now demon free. I already read about that, so I continue looking for Juliet. I pause when I see someone wearing a tan trench coat at the bar, and for a moment I wonder if another hunter has traveled here. But he turns and laughs with his blonde-haired companion. Hunters don't waste time with such frivolities, no matter how much Jason tries to get me to do it. I find her as she waves to me from a booth at the back, and I cross the room, casting another glance at the trench coat wearing man. Copper hair and beard. He leans in close to his companion and whispers that they should just leave and go home for some fun. Definitely not a hunter. You came. She beams as I sit down. I said I would. I know, but you have no idea how many times guys have been no-shows. She could just put her hand over her mouth and blushes. She's embarrassed. I recognize the emotion from videos Jason shows me, but I don't know why she feels this way. A woman stepped to our table, saving me from having to attempt a reaction. What can I get you? She asks. She's wearing a red dress with yellow flowers and sneakers. I'll have anything on tap, Juliet answers. I'll have an amber beer. It's the least horrible tasting ones from the list Jason had me try. You wanted bottles or from the tap? I look at her. What's the tap? Jason never mentioned that when he guided me through the beer tasting. What's the difference? The server hesitates. Well, it's a little cheaper from the tap. Juliet puts a hand over mine. Don't worry about the price. I'm paying for it tonight. She doesn't remove her hand. I ask for one from the tap. At the grocery store, Juliet indicated she doesn't have much money. I won't have her spend the little she has on my beer. Okay. Oh, right. That's not dialogue. I'm really happy you came. She squeezes my hand. I smile. A coworker indicated I needed to get out more. Really? And what do you do for a living? I'm a construction worker. The words come easily. Jason has had me practice them over pressing them often since I have been shopping for food. He felt it explains he felt it explained. Explain It explains my physique without inviting too many other questions. She studies me and I study her in return. There are colors on her face that weren't there at the grocery store. Makeup, which Jason has explained women you will use to make themselves more attractive. He went on about courtship and the choosing of a mate. It all sounded odd to me. She wears a yellow shirt with white frills at her neck. Over that, she has a brown jacket. She leans back, finally taking her hand off mine when the server puts our beers on the table. She pays and fixes her gaze on me again. Okay, I'd have never guessed that, but that's your job. Why not? I ask, surprised. What did Jason miss? I'm not sure. I guess you're a little more clean cut than I'd expect from a guy in the construction business. Those I've seen before were a little rough around the edges, you know? I don't know. How is someone rough around the edges? Old clothing? I begin to suspect Jason hasn't prepared me as well as he thought for this evening. I nod, if only to acknowledge her question. And what about you? Where do you work? Jason made it clear I should ask questions about her. She blushes, but not as much as before. Oh, I'm just a waitress at the Hot Soup Diner by Clark Street. I serve the lunch and early afternoon crowd before my kids get home from school. You said you have three of them. She nods after sipping from her glass. Two girls and a boy. Elizabeth is 9, Garrison 10, and Julie 11. How about you? How many do you have? I don't respond. I don't know what to say. When I asked Jason, he said I should just make something up. I look up. I look down to avoid looking her in the eyes as I try to decide what to do. Why wouldn't Jason help me with this? Is lying another human thing he wants me to learn how to do? If so, why didn't he tell me what the lie should be? Like, like, as, like as with my occupation. How many children? Whoops. Oh, yeah. As with my occupation. Occupation. How many children are normal for a family? She has three. Should I match that? What name should I give them if she asks? She pats my hand and I look up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I take it you only see them occasionally? I nod, but I don't know what I'm nodding to. At least it seems to mean I don't need to come up with details. How often do you see them? Once a week? Once a month? Once a month. I pay attention to her reaction, trying to determine if it's a reasonable answer. She smiles, so I expect it is. They're coming over soon then. I nod and take a swallow from the beer to give myself time to think. She looks like she's expecting something. Does she want to know when they are to come visit? This weekend, I risk. People don't work on the weekend. And I remember Jensen mentioning that his family often gets together on the weekends and how he misses those times. Are you going to have a barbecue? I've got to say, I'm amazed your kids are okay with all the fruits and vegetables. When I throw mine a party, all they want is cake and ice creams. Eating healthy is important. Somehow that sounds odd as I say it. Like it isn't the right thing to say. Socializing is more complicated than Jason indicated it would be. Why does he insist I do this? How is getting to know one of them helping me keep them safe? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it's easier to do when you have the money for it. She blushes again. I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound like an accusation. She gives me a small smile. It's not your fault. I've had bad luck with my jobs. It's all right. I pat her hand. She did it when she thought I needed comforting. Is this what Jason wanted me to see? That people aren't only threatened by demons, but what am I supposed to do about this? I'll be happy to help if I can. Her smile widens for a moment, then falters. No, I shouldn't burden you with my trouble. She pauses. I've already taken a side job anyway. It's going to help the money flow. Before I can figure a response to this, my phone buzzes. I read the message, citing pick up on its way. I put it away and stand. Sorry. That was work. I need to go. At this hour? I nod, turning to the door, but she grabs my hand. Wait. I turn back. She takes a pen and writes a number on a napkin and hands it to me. It's my number. Call me at some point. I'm hoping we can do this again. What am I expected to do? Jason never discussed being given phone numbers. I don't have the time to deal with this. I hear the van coming. I take her pen and write my number down on my napkin. I smile at her. How about we discuss this at a later time? I'm sorry, but I really need to go. Jason insists on politeness. The social lubricant, he explained it like it was like the social lubricant. He explained it like you expected me to understand what that meant. She smiles. I look forward to it. I hurry to the door, attracting glances. The van comes to a stop as I open it. The side door opens and closes behind me. I didn't know you were going out on a date, the medic says. A woman this time, and after a moment, I recognize her. Her name is Valerie. Jason said I should go. What do we have? I take off the leather jacket, shirt, putting on a black t-shirt. I take off the jeans, and Valerie gasps and looks away. I notice her peeking in my direction before I put on the black pants. There's been a sighting on Aaron Street. The driver replies when Valerie doesn't. By the report, it's a big one, but it seems to be stationary. The police are in the process of cordoning off the area and evacuating it. The gun belt goes on, the hatchet lies at my back, and the collapsible sword is clipped to the belt before putting on the deep gray trench coat and gloves. I sit in the chair. Do you want to take the readings now? I ask Valerie, who still has an odd expression. She shakes herself and takes the box of sensors out of the small locker. She blushes again as she lifts my shirt to apply them. She didn't blush the previous time she had to do this. How long until we get there? I ask. 15 minutes. I need to make a detour around the construction on Jasper. I lean back in the chair and close my eyes. I don't quite fall asleep. I still hear what goes on around me, but this lets me recharge. Not that I need it right now. I simply don't want to have to deal with the odd looks Valerie gives me. And that concludes Chapter 5 of Demons. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next chapter is going to be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read this story as well as the other books in the series, they are available on Kindle Unlimited. If you want a different way to support me, that is on my Patreon, where you can get access to basically everything else I've written. And if you are looking to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. The links are in the notes, and with that, I shall wish you a good day.